We began our investigation by asking the residents of the town that we met. I recall the route we took as we did our shopping. This is the central district. The person closest to here should be... probably the lady in the general store. We come across a well-rounded lady in whom we purchased a map from yesterday as she was cleaning her storefront. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Oh, welcome back. Oh, what? Oh, welcome back. Is there anything I help you with today? Don't feel like giving her voice. Actually, we have a few questions about Rune. Do you mind sharing a bit of your time with us? Rune? Oh my, what could that be? Huh? What do you mean you don't remember us? What are you talking about? Don't play jokes on me. Of course I remember what happened just one day ago. She's the girl who was with us. Huh? The girl who was with you was Sarah, right? What's wrong? Your faces look pale. Yesterday she introduced herself to us as Rune. Oh my, I wonder why she would do that. I apologize for my rudeness earlier, but I'd just like to clarify things. The girl who was with us today... yesterday, I assume they meant, is named Sarah, yes? Yep, that's right. Lady shakes her head. Sarah's been assigned the maintenance work on the power grid here, so I see her maybe once a month. Power grid? You see that box-looking thing over there? She points to the box sitting on the corner of her store. There are a number of long cylinders jutting on the box, extending down into the ground. What is that? You don't know about the grid? You're sure behind the times for someone so young. Yuck, yuck, yuck. You know about the man mine outside town? They extract man from there and send it through pipes to every household in here. So there's some kind of filter or something or other in the box that has to be replaced once a month. And the one who does that for us every month is Sarah. So her work isn't just excavating the mine. That's why I'm sure of it. Maybe you just heard wrong? No. She was very particular about her name when she was talking with Delphine, so I remember it very clearly. Now, why would she use a pseudonym? A reason to intentionally use a false name. Perhaps she was part of some kind of scam. Now, if this was a scam, then Rudo should have taken me up when I offered the mana. If they were both accomplices, then that would have made much more sense. However, Rudo refused my offer without second thought. So if this isn't a scam, then what could it be? Alright then, does anything come to mind when we mention the name Rune? Rune, eh? Well, it's just a normal girl's name. She stops talking mid-sentence. Her expression darkens as well, or so it seems to me. Now that you remember it, I remember one particular girl named Rune. The story isn't a pleasant one. What do you mean by that? At the Zevitz, there was a girl who was named that. I mean the family, not the company. Well, apparently she died about 6 years ago. She died? Don't really know the details myself, it's just all old rumors, so I don't know what is and isn't truth. But it's the fact that Zavitz's family had a daughter named Rune. I've never seen her since, so maybe the rumor of her dying isn't true. Could we have the details of that story? That girl's a devil in disguise. Some people believe that and others didn't, but I'm sure she was. That damn girl should never have been born in the first place. Wow, them's harsh words. Please, calm down. We ought to talk about a mere child here. Was she a little naughty? Regardless of what happened, she was still a child. Referring to her that way isn't very fitting. We're talking about any normal child, I agree with you there. But you just don't know who she was. That's why you can still think that way. Are you certain? I'll have you know I have 3 kids of my own. I've experienced more than my fair share of bratty little kids. That Rune, she's just worlds apart. Everywhere she went, you can bet disaster soon followed. It's hard to imagine her lying about all this. But she was still a child, right? How do I put it? She'd make her hair stand on end. I'd heard rumors that she would be violent when out of sight. But when you met her in person, she would be so prim and proper. It was almost sickening. She looked very mature, even though she was just a little child. Every time you spoke with her, it felt like she was planning something. At the age of 7, she managed to put that kind of pressure on an adult many times her size. You don't understand what I meant if you met with her too. Well, not that you can, though, now that she's dead. Say, Rotona? Yes. She mentioned Zevitz. Do you think that have anything to do with the Rudo person? Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Did you actually meet Rudo? Yeah, just a while ago at Central District. Oh my word, that's just unheard of. What do you mean? I've never heard him just walking around town like that. Say, was that Rune related to Rudo somehow? She was his little sister. Poor Rudo. He's still so young, but both his parents and his little sister passed away one after the other. Now he has to manage the entire company all by himself. Suspicious. Eh? Excuse me. Oh, I'll be right there. Sorry, girls. Looks like story time's over. I've got a customer. Sorry for coming by during business hours. We appreciate the information. Thank you. Yeah. His little sister. Looks like we got more questions than we have answers. Is the girl we met yesterday Rudo's little sister? Well, I wouldn't bet on it. What makes you say that? Maybe the rumors that she died were all wrong. She did say it was a long time ago and she doesn't remember so well. If that were true, that means Rudo treats his little sister as an object that forces her to work in the mine mines like a slave, wouldn't it? Maybe it's something that isn't out of the ordinary for this country? I certainly don't want to imagine that kind of scenario, though. Huh? Retona? What is it? You're right. You look a little pale. I'm feeling slightly lethargic. Yeah, I know that feel. There's also a heat I feel. It's quite unpleasant. It's strange. Like every muscle in my body is slowly losing tension. The mana inside my body seems to be diffusing outwards, thanks to the osmotic pressure from the difference in mana concentrations. I'm fine. But more importantly, how are you feeling, Selphine? Huh? I'm feeling perfectly fine. Alright. You must be feeling mana shock, right? I wonder why I feel perfectly fine. This is just a theory. It's said that use of mana has an effect of shortening one's lifespan. Royalty need to be able to live as long as they possibly can as well. That being the case, they don't use craft in their day-to-day lives. Using craft that they could instead have an attendant perform is actually considered taboo. They must untrouble themselves with the hassles of daily routine. There are far more important things for them to concern themselves with. Naturally, Selphine is no exception to this. It's probably because, unlike me, you don't use any monocraft on a daily basis, which means the onset of symptoms takes longer. A small relief. If my symptoms worsen, I can use that as a basis to determine when the onset of mana shock will occur for Selphine. Tona, milady, this is another order. Selphine looks at me straight in the eyes as she continues. Take care of yourself. If you feel that you're in danger, then I want you to leave Outer Pole immediately. So please, if it comes sooner than the 3-day limit, then let me know as soon as you can. I understand. For the time being, I truly do feel fine. This is probably just my unfamiliarity with the sensation I'm experiencing for the very first time. Wow, that was a redundant sentence. Okay. However, we don't have any concrete plan for while we're here in the Outer Pole. It's not exactly very good. Just asking around isn't very efficient either. Is there someone who knows the ins and outs of the town whom we can speak with? Say, Retona. Yes. How about we ask Hertzwan? Achievement discrepancies. Chapter 4. Spearing the Shadow. Glukwile's apparel. Glad to be closed. What? Again? Closed right in the middle of the day? Is that the tavern again? The tavern at this time of the day. No, I think he's inside. I gently push the door, and it opens. I knew it. Can we just go in like this? Most likely. You're not 100% sure? Well, wait for me! Hey, Hertzwan, you in here? I attention a call from him in a loud voice. If my hunch is right... Whoa, there's someone over there! Looks like I was spot on. Hungover. Selphine quickly hides herself behind my back. Hertzwan, sorry to intrude, but we need to talk with you. There's something there, Retona. I can hear some creepy creature's voice. It's alright, that creature's pretty weakened right now. The voice I hear from behind the shop sounds like the distillation of all the hatred in this world into a single audible groan. Hungover. They hit the spot! Hertzman smacks his lips at the food that Selphine cooked up to help him recover from his hangover. If you want seconds, just let me know. This man just experienced the greatest luxury of his life. A country's prince has just cooked him up a meal to help him through his hangover. Wow. You better be grateful for that meal. Are you mad, Radon? Should I cook you up something too? I'm not angry, no, not the slightest.
This stuff just brings it back to life. Hey, Miss Yolder, you sure know how to cook up a meal so well for an old drunk like me.
Hey, I just love cooking. I've been cooking up stuff like this every time Radon gets drunk. I cover Sophine's mouth as the speed of light. Sophine, now that we've settled down, why don't we move on to the reason why we're here? Oh, right. Please don't share information that doesn't need to be shared.
No idea what's going on, but looks like I owe you one again. You got a question? Shoot.
Thank you.
Before we get into that, a toast to us meeting again.
As he declares that, he takes out flasks from inside his pockets. We're speechless.
Say it. Nope, can't say her here, before.
She was the other girl who was with us yesterday.
Well, never met her since yesterday, then. Basically, the only people I know are goes to my shop and regular to the tavern.
Is that so?
I suppose she does come to this part of town all too often.
He does have a point. She didn't say that it was a long time since she last had a meal at the tavern, which means it's very rare for her to come here. Does this store also use that power grid?
You got some different air or something? Of course we use the power grid.
Apologies, we're rather behind that information about this place.
You ain't trust this place. There's not a single place on this entire island that use on grid. You got your own issues to deal with, right? You need to look into that stuff or else you're not going to be able to follow the conversation.
Wait, we're on an island?
If you don't do your research beforehand, I'm just going to give you an evil eye, gotcha?
Thank you for the warning. Damn, how many times have we been warned about this already? Anyway, so about Sarah, she's apparently working with Zevit's Enterprise. She handles changing filters on the grid. Wouldn't she come here every so often for that?
Nope. And she's with Zevit's and all the more reason for her not to come here.
I don't... How come?
Man, this side of town doesn't come from Zevit's. Ours comes from the Havens.
Haven?
That's right, they're the one who are only rivals Zevit's. So sorry, man, from the ground on minds like this, everything starts straight from the air and purifies.
From the air? Air has no mana. We're on the outer pole, right?
But the border between this place and air pole is just full of it. I don't really get all the details myself, but that man from the air, was it color man or something? See, color man is like purifying man that you get from the ground. You can't just use that ears. Purifying that man doesn't distribute as what harvest does. Well, anyway, I don't know about the friend time, but Zivit's clones aren't going to be coming here to come any time, that's for sure.
Then, do you know anything about a girl named Rune? Suddenly, music stopped. Hotsman freezes. The moment he heard the name, he reacted just like the lady from the general store. Hertzman took a large swig from his flask and breathed a small sigh.
That's a pretty heavy name to bring out.
So is Rune really that much of a problem child?
Problem child? That's way too light. She was devil spawn.
Another comparison to the devil.
She took out my nephew's right eye.
Really? Really? What? What do you mean?
Sorry, but I don't want to talk about this. Don't want to spit on the grave of kids kick the bucket. No,
what's the matter?
Figuring I should stick my name where it doesn't belong, but you two did my save my life and all. There's a man named Elbaz in Zev's Enterprise. If there's anyone who can answer the question, then it's gotta be him. For the meantime, head to the tavern tomorrow. I'm sure you'll meet him there.
We don't really have a lot of time. In an ostentatious boardroom, 4 men wearing suits were exchanging arguments. They were positioned distantly from each other, as if they all had specified seats, leaving empty seats between all of them. One man stood at the edge of the room while the other 3 were seated. He had a gentle expression on his face as he argued with the others, with Sarah huddled close by him. Like I said, the original rule is that they must have 1 rest day, as well as proper compensation for their work. Please stop dragging this old topic back up. Sarah, Rune, whatever her name is, whatever. I know, but that was the old rule.
This entire discussion in Parliament has already been ages since regulations were abolished. None of the other sisters, there's like 3 people talking, they're all getting this way, because I assume they all look like this fat ass over here. None of the other sisters have taken issue with it either. Sarah, what do you think about all this?
I apologize for my actions.
See, you're the one who's being selfish here, trying to make an issue of it. Sarah, your actions here make me think you're somehow misunderstood your very reason to exist. You're probably a Zevitz Enterprise. You do understand that, right?
Yes. I'm not saying that we simply let this entire incident slide, just that we need to reconsider who's responsible here.
Good grief. Just how many times do you want us to repeat ourselves? The point is, we don't even want to touch under this sister altogether. You do understand that, right?
What's all this now? This was something we all decided together.
You're right. The go-ahead was given by each and every one of them. Of course, on paper, the numbers all look good, and most sisters work as well as mine. But the main reason why we allowed the project to continue was because Sid would take full responsibility for it. That was all in the contract. They better not forget that.
But we, the board of directors, decided that should something happen to Sid,
we did always decide that Rudo should shoulder the responsibility. He's CEO of such a large corporation, and that position comes with obligations to match.
Just how long are you going to keep the attitude up, Grook Wiles? In terms of sheer workload, he's handling far more than Sid ever has.
Just look how many people have come to the meeting, maybe you'll understand. It's sickening. That's why we kept warning you. Look, just look at that sad face on it. It just makes things even worse. Oh, I swear, why I still even use that expression? She's obviously doing that just to spite us. If there's a problem, fix it. It'd be better if we could just get rid of it altogether. Simple as that.
You know we can't just do that, right? That's why we're here talking about it. Sooner or later, more problems like these were bound to crop up. I'm sure we already knew that much. The way you talk is proof that you lost sight of the real issues and the only thing you care about is the numbers, the bottom line.
Ha, more or less, don't kid yourself. Numbers are everything, bottom line is everything. Companies are going to survive on charity, blah 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 blah.
Could you be a more stereotypical board member?
Numbers, I want to put food on your table, hours, blah 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 blah. Come down, you two, there's no need to get so worked up. I'd like you to explain to me why we have to waste our time on something like this. Blah, 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 blah. It makes a good point. While the arrangement is somewhat different from before, it's rather unfair that we continue to push all the responsibilities to Rudo. Blah, 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 blah.
Gentlemen, I apologize for the delay. Rudo?
Jay, thank goodness. Rudo, now you're here. I need to get something off my chest. Every single one of the directors acknowledges your management skills are top-notch, but you have no problems with your qualities as leader. But look at the attendance for this meeting. Out of 12 directors, only 4 are here, not a single person from Lab 9 except Elvis has shown up.
Vothel and the others have had other matters to deal with. They would have been here otherwise.
Except there's only the 4 of you from Lab 9 who just won't shut about this whole issue. Most of us in the board of directors don't even want to concern ourselves with this anymore. Honestly, all the trouble caused by this issue is doing nothing but create unnecessary friction between us. And I want no part of it. Blah, blah, blah.
You have like 5 chins. I see now. The top 4 of Zevitz Enterprise spent nearly an hour debating with absolutely no real results to show for it. Am I right?
Why you? Blah, blah, blah.
This incident notwithstanding, I'm sure everyone has personally felt the monetary benefits generated by the Sisters Project. Am I mistaken?
Well, that is true.
Sarah? Sir? I've already told you this. The silly compensatory pretense salary system has been annulled. Have you forgotten? No, I do remember. We've already gone through this. Sid's condition was that sisters aren't supposed to receive payment in cash or in kind for their work rendered. The system allows them to choose either, in this case, as long as the on-site overseer gave the approval for use assignments or payment, then it still falls within the agreement. Sarah did just as she was told. I see. So basically you're saying that I'm simply trying to just pin some kind of blame on Sarah. Is that it? What? When I say compensation has been annulled, normally you take that to mean that payment for your work has been scrapped, yes? The fact of the matter is that not a single sister has interpreted to mean payment in cash is no longer allowed. There wasn't a single one that came asking for the conditions about payment in kind. I believe this is proof that the sisters, Sarah's side, have understood the intentions of the board of directors and myself. But also, while I'd rather not bring this up in public, we aren't in the lab, Elvis. Outside of Lab 9, at the very least, I'm your superior. You will have to respect that. I apologize. I'll keep that in mind from here on. Moving on. Regarding this incident with Sarah, this will be discussed in votation tomorrow. I believe this matter is heavy enough to merit discussion.
But that means this whole incident is your fault.
However, everyone, you all seem to be making a very basic misunderstanding. Not once have I asked the board of directors about how to deal with the situation. All I've done is sound the alarm. Perhaps some of you might have some kind of hidden agenda, or maybe it's simply a mistake on your part. I've given considerable thought regarding Sarah's actions. In any case, I consider this act to be tantamount to treason against the company. Rudo? I simply want to hear your thoughts on the matter. For it to have turned into some chaotic blame game, I'm not sure what to think. The entire board of directors may leave. I know your intentions and will keep them in mind. Sarah? Yes? Do you understand why I find the problem with the actions you took? I do. So you do then. Then why don't you tell me right here now what exactly is the problem? It's because I tried to take sediment without getting permission first. Wrong. It isn't? You don't actually understand the problem then. But the issue at hand is that despite your understanding of the concept of crime, you willingly committed the crime regardless. Sarah. Yes? I will contact you once the board of directors has reached a consensus. Until then, return to your usual duties. Work harder to make up for the time wasted here. Understood. You're not allowed to leave your quarters outside of your shift. Yes, sir. Now pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Your room will not be locked, nor will there be anyone monitoring you. You're free to obey or disobey my orders. You could just throw everything away and escape. You can even fight back and kill Albus and I if you so desire. Think hard about what exactly you want to do from now on. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I do. Good. You may resume your duties. Yes, sir. One more thing. Showing your emotions to me is an eyesore. Don't ever smile in front of me again. That's an order. Understood. Rough, man. Don't give golems emotions if you don't want them to show emotions. I wonder that's what I meant by that. I can't say either. Rune. She has quite a history. We may have sunk our teeth in something much, much larger than we expected. Well, there's nothing we do but head to the tavern the time Heartswan gave us. Do you think we could head to the tavern before then and ask around? I don't see why not. Sorry, I just can't sit still like this. Alright, I understand. Let's head over and ask the people there a few questions. We may run to someone who knows this Elvis person. Yeah!